alone for virus cold symptoms. Concentrated medication. Dristan tablets.
The Boeing 747 super jetliner is making its maiden commercial voyage across the Atlantic from New York to London this evening. It carries more than 4 times the number of people who manned the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria back when transatlantic travel all started. It aims at faster, less expensive air travel than the best we know. The 747, an aerial ocean liner, 80 yards long, 355 tons, seating 362 passengers, more than twice as many as the biggest jet now in service. And the passengers will have more room than ever. Wider seats, living room high ceilings, even on some planes a cocktail lounge. Flying for the 747 passenger is all comfort. But what will he find on the ground? We ask correspondents around the world whether the airports are ready to cope with the 747.
Paris, at least, is ready. The French may lag in some things, but Orly Airport is ready to load and unload not one, but, God forbid, 4 Boeing 747 jumbo jets at the same time. There are 12 telescopic gangplanks like this one, 3 to a plane.
This is Satellite West. Satellite East on the other side of the airport will be ready in the spring. Between them, they will be able to handle 4 million extra passengers a year. From this waiting room, empty but ready, the transatlantic passengers will ride what the French call a rolling carpet, what we call a moving sidewalk, 300 feet to the main terminal building. Here is where the bottleneck, if any, will develop. Orly now handles some 21,000 international flight passengers a day, and they all must pick up their luggage on 6 of these moving belts. At present, these facilities will have to do for the jumbo jet passengers as well. Once you find your bags, you have a choice. If you have something to declare, you will follow the red line and have your bags opened. If you have nothing to declare or claim you have nothing, you take the green line and usually breeze through. But if you're caught on a spot check, you spend hours explaining and pay double duty. It's called customs roulette, and jumbo jet or no, you play at your own risk. Peter Kalischer, CBS News, Paris.
Rome is getting ready, too slowly and too late. The bulldozers and excavators are finally at work, digging out a second level that will double the terminal's effective size and become its new arrival area. Airline people say that this work should have begun at least 4 years ago. The airport was opened in 1961. Within a year, it was saturated. Today, it is obsolete. With the first of the 747s due to land here next March, the rosiest estimate is that the new arrival area will be ready only in 18 months. Even without the 747, this is a postage stamp airport, overwhelmed by the onslaught of traffic. It has only 2 runways. Other inconveniences, the fretful pile-up of passengers at the ticket counters, the harassed queues of tired voyagers at the police booths, the nightmare of a frantic and tiny customs area. For at least a year, the 747's huge baggage containers will disgorge their contents into an area still under construction. There will be no conveyor belts because building machinery will have priority. Airline officials struggle bravely to conceal their despair. They foresee at least 1 full year of chaos. Winston Burdett, CBS News, Rome.
The 747 has already been here for sightseers to walk through. When it returns carrying passengers, San Francisco Airport will just be starting the reconstruction to get ready for it. The only work underway is on access roads and parking. The city wants to rebuild all the piers and rotundas. We'll start that work in the spring. It will take 3 to 4 years. In the meantime, the airlines plan make do with new waiting rooms. This is the only change the passenger will be able to see. It is expensive remodeling, but far more money is going for big new hangars and taxiways elsewhere at the airport. The 747 is designed for luggage handling in bulk containers, a system which is supposed to be faster. But only one airline will have any containers ready by the time regular service begins. San Francisco Airport won't be ready, but both city and airline officials figure it doesn't have to be. They don't expect the 747 to carry anything near its vast capacity for several years. What will be expensive years for the airlines, waiting for enough customers to fill rows and rows of seats. Jed Duval, CBS News, San Francisco.
These lucky people are headed for Bermuda by bus. For some flights here nowadays, that's the only way to get from the nice, warm, dry terminal through the rain to your airplane. Preparations for the arrival of the 747 at Kennedy International Airport are creating further confusion for already overstrained facilities. Special new gates stand empty while passengers go from plane to bus to terminal in the rain. Pan American Airlines will be the first to put the 747 into service at Kennedy, and Randolph Kirk, the vice president in charge of coordinating ground operations, thinks the airline will eventually have one of the largest, most modern air terminals in the world.
The terminal will expand our total capacity by almost fourfold. Now you can see that automobiles are driving in at the concourse level here and can stop immediately adjacent to these check-in islands serving the various airplanes. Loading bridges will come out from the building to what we refer to as door number 2, left and right, and door number 1 left. The entire building was designed for a flow-through capability of some 3,000 passengers an hour, including a provision for their well-wishers and greeters.
But for the time being, that glorious new terminal is just a big hole in the ground. No construction could start until runway changes were approved, a long, drawn-out bureaucratic process. The building will not be in full operation until well into 1972. In the meantime, those 747s will bring luxury in the sky, but on the ground, not much more than extra crowding, extra congestion, and those romantic bus rides in the rain. The message of the 747 to the world is, here comes the next generation of air transport, ready or not. The only trouble is that there are a lot of airports around the globe that are not ready. David Culhane, CBS News, New York.
Great moments at breakfast, presented by Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Barbara, Frosty Kellogg's Rice Krispies!